Voice that I got a message for y'all. You've ever run into somebody and they say you can't do some things because, you're different? Don't listen to those assholes. Just stick to what you're doing. Don't let them get you down. If you put your mind into something that you really aspire and dream of, eventually you're going to achieve those things. You have like a boulder on your shoulder and you know you can do something, do it. Like whether it's, I'm trying to think of an example, but I can't. Like running a business, playing a sport that you absolutely love, even playing a musical instrument even, because, I used to be in the band for a couple of years, and I actually decided to drop it because, I had rarely any passion for music. Although I am a chorister for church. And I say, what? Nah, Bloom. No, actually, I'm dead serious right now. No, but anyways, like, whatever it is you want to do, like, you dream of, like, I want to say, you could do anything if you put your mind to it. Because eventually you're going to achieve your goals and you're going to be so happy when you come back to this video and you love this message. Anyways, let's get to the video. Welcome back to Grizzly Talks Football. I'm the Grizz, and we got AFC South schedule predictions for 2025 today. Honestly, the weakest division in the AFC, maybe even the entire league. With that being said, if you are still looking for the playlist for some reason, I'll be sure to put it in the link in the description so you can watch every episode so you're all caught up, and you'll also have it for future episodes when they release. Just don't forget, I upload every Monday through Wednesday, so be sure to keep track of when those videos are posted. Also, do not forget to hit the red subscribe button. Like, most of y'all are not subscribed yet. Please change that. What are you waiting for? You can always change by later and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single one of my videos. It also helps the channel a lot so you can get the latest updates. With that being said, and without further ado, let's get to the AFC South predictions for the schedule. I think you know the drill by now. First up, the Houston Texans. 2 Monday Nighters in the first half. First up, though, they have to travel to LA to play the Rams. Monday night home game against the Bucks. Then they go on the road to play the Jags. Back at home to the Titans. Then on the road again to Baltimore to play the Ravens. Then a week 6 bye before they have to head to Seattle for another Monday nighter. Then they go back home to play the 49ers and Broncos in weeks 8 and 9. In the second half, we have the Jacksonville game at home. You have the Titans on the road in Nashville. Then you go back home on Thursday night to play the Bills. Then go back on the road to play Indianapolis and Kansas City. Then they go back home to play the Cardinals and Raiders. Then the little Christmas week Saturday game against the Chargers in LA. And then back home to play the Colts to finish their year. So for the first 2 games, I actually see them losing both of them to the Rams and Bucks. Like, those are just 2 better teams in the NFC. Against the Jags, I actually do think they're going to win that game. Against Cam Ward and the Titans at home, they'll win this game. Tough game against the Baltimore Ravens. I actually think the Ravens will win that one. And then they head to their bye week with a 2-3 record. And it just doesn't get much better. They're going to start 3-5, I believe. Yes, 3-5 heading to week 9 with losses to the Seahawks and Niners. And then home win against the Broncos. And then in week 10, they'll finish the sweep over the Jags. I think the Titans will actually beat the Texans at home on Thursday night against the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo's are a good team, but I smell an upset. Texans went at home against the Bills. Then against the Indianapolis Colts, they'll sweep them as well. Then they'll actually upset the Chiefs at Arrowhead on, is it Sunday Night Football? Yes, it is. Then home games, they'll beat the Cardinals and Raiders. They'll actually lose to the Chargers, and they'll actually sweep the Colts as well. So yeah, I have the Texans going 10-7 this upcoming season. It was a bit of a slump for C.J. Stroud from last year in the sophomore year, but his 3rd year in the league, it's time for the bounce back. They've been a 4 seed for way too long. Now it's time to try to break for that 3rd seed. You have the defense as well. Will Anderson, Derek Stingley, you got Danielle Hunter out there as well. Got a great defensive backs. It's going to be good for Houston's defense as far as experience goes. And we got the Houston Cyclone offense. Well, because they drafted 2 wide receivers from Iowa State. So CJ Stroud, you also got Joe Mixon, Damian Pierce, and now Nick Chubb. And as far as receivers, you still have Nico Collins. Tank Dell is currently, recovered from his injury. You also have Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel coming in as rookies. Dalton Schultz as well. Like, this team has playoff contender written all over it. Up next, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. In the first half of the season, they'll play at home against the Panthers to start it off. Then they go on the road to play the Bengals. Then they go back home to play the Texans. Back on the road to play the Niners. Back home to play the Chiefs and Seahawks and Rams in London. Then they go to their bye week. And then back on the road to play the Raiders. This is one tough first half schedule. Damn. Then the second half of the season, they go back on the road to play Houston. Back home to play the Chargers. Then back on the road to play the Cardinals and Titans. Then they go back home to play the Colts and Jets. Back on the road to play the Broncos. And then Indianapolis the second time. And then back home to play the Titans to finish the season. I do believe the Jaguars are going to win their home opener against Carolina. They'll lose 4 straight games to some very tough opponents. Against the Bengals, I actually think the Jaguars will upset them in this stage. Then after the 4-game losing streak, they'll win in London because, let's be honest, the Jaguars are very good in London. Then into their bye, they ended up with a win again in London. Then coming off the bye, they'll beat the Raiders in Vegas. 4-4 in the first half of the year. Then they go on a 2-game losing streak to the Texans and Chargers. They'll beat the Cardinals, actually get upset by Cam Ward and the Titans. They'll win at home against the Colts and Jets. Lose on the road against the Broncos. Maybe a sneak-in Colts loss, but they'll actually beat the Titans in the final game of the year. Sorry to say for Liam Cohen's first year with Jacksonville, I think they will finish 8-9. It's going to take a little bit before they can, get into division title conversations, but they'll still be a very solid team. Especially with Tank Bigsby, you got Brian Thomas, who was elite last year, Travis Hunter coming in at the offensive side, Brent Strange, who I predicted to have a Pro Bowl season at tight end, which is kind of crazy, but come on, it's a hot take for a reason. Then on defense, you got Trayvon Walker, Eric Armstead, you got quite a bunch of linebackers, including Foye Oluokun. You also got Tyson Campbell out there, who I think is actually not even that bad. I think Devin Lloyd's still there. He's a tackle machine. Like, this team is solid, but man, ever since Trevor Lawrence went down last year, it's just been downhill for them. On paper, they should be a solid team, though. Up next, the Indianapolis Colts. Kicking the season off, they actually have 2 home games against the Dolphins and Broncos. Then they go back on the road for 2 games against the Titans and Rams. Home game against the Raiders and the Cardinals. Then they go home road against the Chargers, Titans, and Steelers in the first half of the season. Then before their Week 11 bye, they have to play in Germany against the Falcons. And after their bye, they have to travel to Arrowhead to play the Chiefs. Go back home to play the Texans, then back on the road to play the Jags and Seahawks. Then they have to play the Jags again at home along with San Francisco. They'll finish with a road game at Houston to end the year. I feel like this is going to be a disaster of a year, but they'll somehow get a win over Miami. They'll lose the second home game to Denver. Against the Titans, I think Cam Ward will actually beat them. Along with the Rams, they'll beat the Raiders at home. Lose to the Cardinals at home, though. Lose to the Chargers at home in Week 7, Week 8. I think they'll actually split with the Titans. And against the Steelers, Steelers are a little bit better than Indianapolis. Not too much, though. So the Colts will be 3-6 heading into Week 10. After which they'll lose to the Falcons in Germany, heading into their bye week. They'll lose to the Chiefs at Arrowhead, lose to the Texans at home, lose to the Jags and Seahawks on the road, lose to the 49ers at home, but they do beat the Jags at home, but then lose to the Texans in their season. I do believe, especially with that whole QB controversy thing, one of the worst QB rooms in the NFL. I think they'll finish 4-13. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, they have some loaded talent on offense. Their offensive line's not even that bad. Like, it's like top half of the league. They got Jonathan Taylor out there. I think Tyler Goodson might be good. Baby Trey Sermon. They got a pretty solid receiving core. Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, Alec Pierce. You also got rookie tight end Tyler Warren out there. Like, if the quarterback doesn't screw up and he's at least average, this Colts offense is actually like top 13 or top 12 in the league. Defense is nice too. Like, you got Kwity Paye, DeForest Buckner, you got Latu Latu, you still have Zaire Franklin, I believe, and I think Nick Cross left. So did EJ Speed, but I love those three suspects on the linebacker core and also in the secondary, so that was nice. Yeah, I just recently found out that Nick Cross was actually a safety. He wasn't a linebacker, but Speed and Franklin were linebackers. But I'm telling you, man, the Colts defense is underrated. Like, Colts defense is actually like top half of the league still. It's just with the QB controversy, the defense can only do so much. And the final team of this division is the Tennessee Titans with rookie quarterback Cam Ward. They start the season by traveling to Mile High to play the Broncos. Then go back home to play not only Rams but also the Indianapolis Colts. Back on the road for 3 straight games against the Texans, Cardinals, and Raiders. Then they go home against the Patriots, Colts, and Chargers. And the second half of the season, Week 10 is a bye. Then they have 3 straight home games against the Texans, Seahawks, and Jags. Then they got a road games against the Browns and 49ers, home games against the Chiefs and Saints, and a road game against the Jacksonville Jaguars to end the year. I see the Broncos and Rams getting the best of the Titans. They'll start 0-2 before getting their first win against the Colts. Against the Texans, they'll actually lose in Houston. Go on the road to the Cardinals to play them, and they'll actually win that game. They will lose to the Raiders on the road to Vegas. At home against the Patriots, I see them Titans stealing a game from New England. Then against the Colts and Chargers, they'll actually lose those two, so Titans will split with the Colts, and they'll actually lose at home against the LA Chargers. Then, after their Week 10 bye, they go on a tear. 4 straight wins against the Texans, Seahawks, and Jags at home. Then they beat the Browns on the road. They'll lose to the 49ers at home, lose to the Chiefs, lose to the Saints, and then lose to the Jaguars, ending the season on a 4-game losing streak. Man, all that momentum, man, was just for nothing. So, yeah, unfortunately, I do have the Titans finishing 7-10, but it was better than last year. Or at least it will be better than last year, because 2025 hasn't even happened yet. Obviously, I said Cam Ward is the starting quarterback. Tony Pollard out there at running back as a receiving back as well. You have Calvin Ridley out there. I think Xavier Restrepo should be playing. There's also Tyler Lockett. Maybe Nick Whisper-Kakine. I'm not sure. You still have Chica Combo tight end. Offensive line is actually pretty nice. J.C. Latham, Peter Skoronski. Like, you guys should be just fine on the offensive line. But defensively, fortunately, the loss of Harold Landry definitely does sting. But at least you still have Malik Hooker and Jeff Simmons. I think Danico Autry might be out of there as well. I thought maybe he was on the Titans too. Maybe Sebastian Jessuday? I don't know. Defense kind of got worse, but don't count the Titans defense out. They can really shake things up. Let's hope Brian Callahan can lead this Titans squad to a better record than, 2-15? That's going to do it for the 2025 AFC South schedule predictions, with the Texans winning the division. Good luck, AFC South. You're probably going to need it. And that'll do it for this episode of Grizzly Talks Football. If you enjoyed, make sure you give this video a big fat thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, please, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single one of my videos, and also helps the channel a lot. This is the Grizz signing out for now, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace, love, and keep the Grizzly vibes with you at all times. Take care.